What's up, YouTubers? So before we get started with this video, on Max Unboxing, Max Kellerman thinks that Floyd Mayweather is an all-time great, but he does not think he's a GOAT. So let's see what they have to say about that.
Happy birthday to Floyd Money Mayweather Jr. He turns 44 today. Max, simple question. At 50-0, that's 50 wins, 0 defeats. He's the GOAT of boxing.
So I wouldn't say Floyd Mayweather is the overall GOAT in boxing. I would say that he could be the pound-for-pound GOAT in boxing, but I'd say the overall GOAT in boxing would probably be a heavyweight, either Ali, Mike Tyson, or some other heavyweight. But I could definitely agree with that. Floyd Mayweather is the pound-for-pound GOAT.
Nah, son. First of all, when Floyd says TBE, the best ever, he's told me, I'm not even talking about in the ring. Someone else can have that. He's talking about playing the whole game. Then you have an argument. Playing the business side of it, not getting hit, getting out undefeated, making a ton of money. The fact is, Rocky Marciano was 49-0. Before Floyd got to 50-0, he was a heavyweight champ. Did anyone ever consider Rocky Marciano the GOAT? No, not seriously, no.
Yeah, but you can't compare Rocky Marciano to Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is a different caliber type fighter. He's more skilled. I wouldn't make the comparison between Rocky Marciano and Floyd Mayweather, even though I know they're in different weight classes. I would say Floyd Mayweather is more skilled, the more skilled fighter, and I know they played in different eras.
Why would Floyd be considered the GOAT? Because he beat more fighters than Rocky did, more great ones? That's true. But really, Floyd was careful in the way he selected opponents. Don't get that twisted. It's not that Floyd didn't fight a lot of great fighters. He did. It's not that I don't think he would have beaten a lot of the tougher fighters than he fought. I think he probably would have, but he didn't do it. He waited. He waited till Pacquiao wasn't at his best anymore. He didn't fight Margarito when Margarito was tearing everyone up.
Now hold up, Floyd Mayweather fought Pacquiao right on time. Of course, we would like to have seen that fight earlier, but he was right on time. Everything was cool. As a matter of fact, Floyd Mayweather, I think he's older than Manny Pacquiao. So to say that Manny Pacquiao wasn't as good a fighter as he used to be, that may be true. But at the same time, who's still fighting and still beating younger fighters? Manny Pacquiao is. Floyd Mayweather, like I said, he was older than Manny Pacquiao. So you can't use that as an excuse.
He waited for the right time to fight people. Now, that's part of why he says he's TBE, because that lowers the risk, and while demand is building for that fight, it actually maximizes the reward. He got paid twice as much for fighting Pacquiao in a less dangerous fight than he would have had he fought him when everyone wanted to see him fight.
That's part of fighting too, is the right time to fight somebody, the right matchups to fight another fighter. That's all part of fighting. I mean, as long as you fight the best that are out there during your era, it doesn't necessarily matter when you fight them. It does, but as long as you haven't ducked somebody for 20 years and they're all beat up when you want to decide to call them out. Like I said, that's not what Floyd Mayweather did. He fought everybody that was out there. And again, like I said, with Manny Pacquiao, their fight was the type of fight that, I expected to happen anyways, no matter what point they fought with each other. And again, Manny Pacquiao is still fighting and is still beating up younger fighters. So you can't say he wasn't able-bodied to fight against a Floyd Mayweather when he got whooped on.
But that does count when you're being compared to the other greatest of all time against you. Let me give you an example. Sugar Ray Robinson, who was a 6-foot, 147-pounder. He's like 6 inches taller than Floyd Mayweather. And deadly power in both hands, and also lightning fast, and could box, and had a great chin. He was 40-0 when he lost his first fight, but it was to a middleweight. Not that he went up to middleweight and fought him. He was a welterweight, 147 pounds. He fought a middleweight, 160. And it wasn't just any middleweight, it was Jake LaMotta, Raging Bull. Jake, one of the all-time great middleweights. And he lost close. He beat LaMotta in 5 other fights. That was his only loss. Floyd wasn't fighting guys above his weight division, 15 pounds, giving up the weight.
Yeah, but you can't take points away from Floyd Mayweather because he wasn't stupid enough to fight somebody out of his weight class. You don't lose points for that. If anything, that's smart. That's strategic. So you can't, take points away from Floyd Mayweather because he didn't go out of his weight class for fights of that nature. I know he's bounced around, but you can't fault him for that.
In their prime. The next loss Robinson had, He was a 130 win fighter.